Frakes.
Yeah.
Mahogany.
Ah.
Terrence. And Jeff.
Hobo.
And me.
I think
Was
you
that
did the
what-
best imitation.
I was going to say, was that what my yeah sounded like?
That was me. That was me just making the sound that I made again.
It's not about you, Frakes. It's about her this time.
Not everything's about you.
That was my
Possible.
had my headphones turned up really loud, and that lady, she frightened me a little bit that time. She startled me.
All right. Okay, so
Now that
You guys
we're back from our pee breaks.
back from your pee or cigarette while you pee or whatever.
I
you
peed
guys
and number 2'd.
I was just about to eat some more of my brownie. Thanks for that.
I did eat some. Doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
I
I
want to make some
know.
brownies now.
It was firm and healthy. Continue.
Gross.
And chocolatey.
I was not
That
talking
didn't
about
help.
It's a firm, healthy brownie.
Stop! Oh God! Every fucking week it's poop jokes.
Is it every week?
Every
I was
week.
focusing on the brownie. I like a firm brownie.
I like the edges. where it's nice and toasty.
Yeah, I don't like the squishy, moist brownies. I like
No,
the
that's all-
ones
that's
that
all
have
the-
some bite to them.
Brownies are the perfect dessert for me and Jesse because he likes the soggy middle part and I like the edges. So we're just like, I have an O of brownie and he has a square of brownie.
Now,
I like a little bit of each part, but I need, like, if I have to choose, that I'm going for the middle. I only get one piece.
Now, if I'm adding ice cream, I want the gooey middle. If it's just brownie, I want the edge.
I'm the opposite. If I want getting some ice cream, I want a little bit of the crunchy part
Oh yeah.
for a bit of
Let
a
it soak in a little bit.
a little bit of what's that word? Contrast. Yeah.
flavor profiles.
Some textural variety.
Yeah.
Feel.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna weigh in on brownies real
yeah,
quick?
you weigh in.
All right, wait in.
Edge
Yo,
or
you made
middle?
I'm edge.
Edge. Okay.
Okay.
They
Now,
call me Brownie Edge Lord.
if I'm gonna have the crisp edge, I want that crispness to maintain.
No,
if I add ice cream to it, it's gonna soften.
I don't get ice cream with mine. I get like a big glass of milk.
like
do whipped cream, actually. I don't really ice cream often.
ice cream and brownies are not gonna last long enough with me to fucking get soggy.
If the brownie is still piping hot and the ice cream's immediately put on and it's put immediately in front of me, that means I can eat the brownie right now because the ice cream will cool it off in my mouth where it's not oven temperature. But you have to eat it fast. Don't
It's
fuck
like
around.
fudge sundae that's solid.
This is so irrelevant. Jesus
I
Christ.
love fudge
But
sundaes.
it just
I do
sounds
too.
so good having a brownie with ice.
This is our
like
tavern
piping
banter.
hot ice with a brownie with ice cream. Oh,
See, I like a hot fudge sundae, but I don't always want it hot. That's why I like the moose tracks.
I want a cold fudge sundae.
It's a cold fudge sundae, yes.
I like the hot fudge because I have real sensitive teeth, and you put the hot fudge and the cold ice cream together, and it's the perfect temperature where it's still warm, and it's like, yeah, it
It's
does
not-
because it does like I have to let the ice cream melt anyway before I eat it, so it helps the ice cream to melt.
it's a
Oh, no.
creamy sludge.
I never wait. So it's like, you're in a cold pool and somebody pees. So you just that one warm spot in your mouth and one cold spot.
Now, if I'm going to eat ice cream by itself, I like to pack it into a cup and then pour milk over it and whip it around so that it creates the ice crystals. And it's like ice cream and Dippin' Dots in a milkshake.
That made me think. I haven't had a Coke float in forever.
It's been a while
sounds
for me
good.
too. So I
That
always
made me
did Dr.
think of-
Pepper and
I like
with,
root beer.
with ice cream.
Yeah, I'm more of a root beer guy.
Yeah,
Real root beer, like out of a keg root beer.
like
Not-
sarsaparilla.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Sarsaparilla.
Have y'all ever had birch beer?
Yeah, I think I have once. It was pretty good.
No.
It's like root beer, except it's birch.
Birch flavored.
It's different. It's like root beer and cheerwine mixed together.
I'll have an Elma beer, please.
I'm giggling because I'm picturing our characters doing this in front of the guy waiting to take our money to give us rooms. And we're just like, paying to get the room. We're just like, a birch beer, though.
He's like, what the fuck is ice cream?
This world has to have ice cream.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
I love putting the good ananochristic stuff in.
A
It's
fucking
probably
dude
like iced
flew
cream.
by on a horse. How have they not figured out how to make milk really cold here?
Especially when wizards can cast Ray of Frost.
Yeah.
Zap, zap, zap. Actually, there's probably like a whole industry of training people just to cast Ray of Frost to work at inns.
You imagine you find out you've been touched with the gift of magic, and in this world, they're like, yeah, you're gonna make ice cream from 9 to 5 for the next 40 years.
You're that guy that works at Cold Stone, just
Yes.
dragging it across the thing.
Just
Ta-da.
zapping the stone.
So what's my job with these intense arcane powers? You make the stone cold.
Cold. Yeah.
Is that it?
This is
Yeah.
the whole premise of Eberron incident.
Yes, it is.
That's a show.
We're gonna take this phenomenal cosmic arcane power and we're gonna monetize it.
We're gonna industrialize it.
Oh.
Capitalism.
Yeah, pretty much. Run amok. Speaking of amok, you guys have arrived at the Dragon's Rest.
My good sir, a room for the night.
Welcome, visitors. Come in. My God, it's so good to see people this time of year. Most everyone is up at the festival in Emerald Hill.
Great, that means discount for rooms.
It is the off season, but come on, we can't do that.
What
Well-
time of the year is it, incidentally?
It is a let's see.
I feel like last
October.
time you did that, you said it was fall.
Yeah, it's getting like very chill, or rather, no, yeah, it's probably midwinter.
I feel like that was like last time we played, though. You said
Oh,
it
was
was
it?
fall.
It's
Well,
Yeah, but you also spent a couple months at the keep doing stuff.
We spent a month at the keep building the golem.
And magical items, and on the last time around.
That was
So, yes.
ago.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. You guys do spend a good deal of downtime, and I really got to start tracking it a little better. But I'm going to say that it is probably
November.
Yeah. This is a fairly temperate region, though, so the days are still pretty warm and the nights are cool.
Okay.
Yeah, the point I was saying is like I feel like the last time we played, you were like, it's fall. And that was when we were just in that town. You know?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying is like, oh, the only person who knows for sure is Toker, because he'll be listening to
I am 5 weeks behind.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said like this'll be like it'll be well and gone by the
fine.
time this comes out.
The season is.
When was the festival? Is it a harvest festival?
No, it's the Founders Festival, which is late in the year. So, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's late fall, early winter.
Hey, compromises.
So, yes, you guys have steam on your breath as you get into town, but like everyone here is just thrilled to death to have fucking guests this time of year. And they're saying, don't worry about the water here. Copper Kettle Pass famous hot springs will keep you nice and toasty while you're relaxing. Can I book you all for 4 rooms? He says.
I'll definitely take a room.
And I'm taking
All
my own
right.
private room.
Okay, do you want a suite or one of the budget options?
How much is a suite?
Suite is 10 gold a night.
What?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I can go build my own suite.
It's a hot springs. It's a tourist trap, man.
I can
we-
go build my suite at the hot springs.
We don't like using the double T words.
Is there only one suite?
We have 2.
I'll take the suite.
And while he's complaining, I'll take the other one.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's griping the other 2 are booked, and he does it quick. Slide you your keys. It's on the top floor overlooking the lake. You have excellent views. Also, you can see, if you look out to the south from your suite windows, you could see not south, to the north from your suite windows, you can also see the edge of town up next to the caves, which have, or the cliffs, which is where our hot springs are. The other 2 of you says, well, we have less expensive accommodations at 5 goldenite.
I think Jeff's mad I took that suite.
Actually, no, I'm not.
We're not the only hotel in town, but we are the only one.
Actually, I'll go out and go to another hotel.
Okay.
I thought you were done talking. We're not the only hotel in town, but I mean, we're actually the only one.
I said the only one. We're the only one open right now.
I'll go knock on some doors. Hey, who wants some money? And let me stay at your house.
20 gold.
All right, you hit the streets trying to find a place to stay that isn't this hotel, which offered you a suite at a fairly sweet deal, and you.
I ignore it. I go out a little bit out of town and build my own place. Screw them.
Real miserly.
Yeah. How about you, Jeb?
I have my own suite, plenty of room, nobody bothering me. Boom.
I don't sleep.
Well, would you like to enjoy any of our other relaxing amenities? We our suites are in our suites. Our rooms are fully stocked with board games to entertain the family, and you have access to our baths. We have room service if you just speak into one of the tubes.
Just dead-eyed stare.
All right, why don't you have fun at the bar while you're
a skeleton? Buy a room and don't be suspicious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I zoned out there for a minute.
Oh, no problem. The road is very hard to travel this time of year. I know.
Yeah, it's wearisome. I also, sorry about that. Now I gotta forget how to relax. Yeah.
Well, this is the perfect place for you.
I'll take a cheap room.
All right. And do you have, he looks over your shoulder around you guys and says, do you have any place to keep those? He points to the 3 Smile-It-On cubs.
Oh, no, we're trying to sell those.
Actually, the Cubs can come with me.
All right. Okay, then.
That actually makes even better sense, so I can keep them inside and take. Oh, I got plenty of room inside my place.
All right.
We're looking for Kendrick, though.
Oh, Kedrick. Yes, he is the mayor, and he is not here tonight, but he will probably be here first thing in the morning since we have guests of some prestige. I'm not saying you don't have prestige, but there are some rather well-known guests here.
Terrence.
What?
Since my place is actually kind of like an extra dimensional space, I'm going to actually cast it like right outside against the bottom of the end. So it's pretty much like it's going underground, like into the cellar.
Okay. All right.
So I can come right out and go to breakfast right there.
Okay.
Do you offer a continental breakfast, or is it more European?
I'd say, I don't know what those words mean, but yeah, European.
I just want Jeff to know that the next morning when he comes in for the breakfast, I will go, excuse me, I don't think he paid to stay here. He shouldn't be a part of it.
while you're pouring waffle batter into the...
Well, I'll actually buy my own breakfast. Actually, I don't even need to eat breakfast. What am I talking about?
I don't think he's allowed at the buffet.
Sir, the omelet bar is only for paying customers.
Get this swill away from my bagel.
See, that'd be one thing if it was just an inn, but it's also the bar and tavern around here too.
Yeah.
So they have to be taking regular customers.
Yeah, they do.
So
All right. So yes, the man basically shows you to your rooms. He has someone carry your bags if you so desire.
Get your hands off my things.
Though you're adventurers, so your bag is a massive backpack for most of you.
I, for one, will allow my bags to be carried.
Oh, good. And yes, the bellhop eagerly takes your things to your suite.
To arms! This man is trying to rob us.
He deposits things and surreptitiously holds out a hand.
High five.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I slap his head.
yes, we're those cheap assholes.
All right. Okay. All right. So,
But as he's walking away, I throw a coin at the back of his head.
all right.
Shut the door.
Let's see. You throw the coin at the back of his head. It slides down his shirt, and he immediately starts digging into his back and his pants as he's walking away down the hall.
I hope you only get paid in tips.
All right. So yes, you guys settle in, and these are pretty nice suites. Not the nicest you've been in, but for a podunk town in the middle of nowhere, it's pretty good digs. You are Jeb are shunted into a very narrow room, a single occupancy room that is functionally decorated, much like the rest of the place. There are pictures of sunbathers and things on the walls, but they're old and faded. You see there's a selection of towels and there's a bathrobe. It's obviously a halfling-sized room, but also not even a very good one.
That's fine. As soon as the door closes, Jeb just stands there,
Okay.
staring off into space.
God, I hope you're being spied on.
Just stock still, no movement, just standing there.
Just a pair of eyes behind a painting. Like, I can't jerk off to this. What's going on?
Well, then move over, because I can.
All right. So yes, you have a very restful night after your days of travel. I assume you were also taking care of the Smilodon health that you had, Sirius?
Yes.
Okay. So that would have been another object of weirdness at the end, but you got that covered. All right. So the next day, you guys come up for breakfast. A smiling man wearing a sash that says "Mayor" across the front, and
who are you?
a red stovepipe hat comes in.
What does that mean?
While you guys are dining on breakfast, he says, "Good morning, hello, visitors." And he goes off. He begins greeting people around the inn, greeting most of them by name, and then he walks over and says, "Ha, Damelmark, my goodness, it's so good that you've joined us." And he begins walking over to the table where you see sort of an saying overdressed is a little bit wrong. This guy would be overdressed. This guy would be overdressed in a costume shop.
Huh.
He's wearing robes that have sequins and gold thread, tassels. His hat is a wide-brimmed, pointy thing. This guy looks like somebody went on the show Pimp My Wizard. That is basically his aesthetic. He is like, you think he was making fun of the way wizards dress.
Does he look like the guy we saw on the
Pegasus.
flying horse?
We didn't get a good look at him, but once he speaks, you know it's him. He says, "Ha ha, Mr. Mayor! So good to see you." This guy talks loud. He's like,
Yes.
Kevin. Yeah, he talks like Kevin. Everything is forceful. Everything is blustering. Everything is ha 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 ha. Him and the mayor sit down and begin sharing stories loudly, talking about the good old days when they used to adventure together and la-di-da-di-da-di-da. Easily ignorable if you're not interested in them. Kind of fascinating if you're kind of a person that doesn't go get out much. But the thing that really catches your ear, he says, so what are you here for, Pod? He's like, I think I have a solution for the treasure mystery. Suddenly, everyone stops.
And dropping eaves.
Yes. Everyone stops and starts dropping eaves. He's like, I don't want to discuss it here, he says loudly enough for everyone to hear. But I think this is going to make me pretty famous. You're already pretty famous, my friend. You flatter me, blah, 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 blah. They go back to their normal dick tugging. In the meantime, the rest of them.
I have a thought. I lean in. So, do y'all want me to go find out where his horse is and clip its wings? I'm serious. That way he'll have to walk it instead of fly it, and we can track him down and beat the information out of him. I'm saying this real quiet, like, too. Not normal Jed fashion of just talking out loud, but, like, leaning in. I can do it.
Yeah, sure.
I just trim the long feathers, and it won't be able to fly.
Not yet.
No.
All right.
If anything, steal the horse so we can use it.
So the guy was saying it loud intentionally.
Sounds like it.
Mm.
Feel like he was trying to drum up interest in what he's doing.
I'll approach.
He's like, him and the mayor turn and look to you and said, hello, welcome, visitor. Good to see you. I'm just...
I put on the airs of someone who is not intelligent.
All right.
I heard y'all talking about treasure.
Indeed we are. Surely you know about the famous treasure of Copper Kettle Pass.
Well, that's why we came, was to see the treasures, right? I thought it was a shop that had lots of fun knickknacks for sale. We couldn't afford to go to the big festival, so we came here.
The mayor kind of frowns at that and says, oh, well, we do have many shops with many a fascinating knickknack, as you say. But no, the treasure of Copper Kettle Pass is, he says, where is it? He says, turning toward the barkeep. He points to a big blank spot on the wall. He's like, oh, we put it in storage during the winter. Well, bring it out, man. So some of the people disappear downstairs. He's like, the treasure of Copper Kettle Pass is here 200 years ago. A massive black dragon breathed his last in an epic battle with some hero or other. I don't really remember the history. And everyone knew this dragon, which had been predating on the area for centuries, had amassed a major fortune, a hoard of wealth, had to have, and hid it in this area. Well, the area has been, the people here, many adventurer in the last 200 years has come trying to find it, and they haven't been able to. But our friend here tells me...
The fancy loud man?
Yeah, yes, the fancy loud man. He elbows his friend. He's got your number, Pod. It seems to have come across a solution. He says, he's like, he does the thing where he puts his finger aside his nose, like, yes, that's what the fancy loud man does. And he says, but I would be remiss to say, the loud one goes, Pod Demeril, apparently, Demelmark, excuse me.
Demelmar.
Yeah. Pod Demelmark turns to you and says, well, young man, I'd have to say, I would possibly, if you and your friends, he looks towards you guys and kind of sizes y'all up. If you and your friends are of the adventurous type, I might need some aid.
I've always been keen on adventure.
Good. Well, I was hoping I'd be able to find some people to help me with this. It could be a little troublesome. The mayor turns and gives him like a knowing look. He's like, you think there might be? Oh, yes, definitely. He turns back to you and says, young man, does anyone speak for your group?
I do most of the talking.
Good.
And that Jeb doesn't overhear.
Excellent. I was wondering if I could maybe enter into a subcontractor deal with you. There's a great treasure at stake, and we can all have a piece.
Well, we're great at the manual labors and the explorings of things.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. He says, perhaps we can draw up a little contract.
Okay.
All right. Meet me back here at supper time. Go. You and your friends enjoy this town. The hot spring, the lake. We'll meet back here in evening once I finalize my plans.
I'll reach out and give him like an eager handshake if he'll take it.
Oh, yes, of course he will.
And then I want to try and get a sense of the guy, the little sense motive. 26.
You get the impression that he thinks he can probably rook you out of a fair share, but he doesn't seem like he's
Being nefarious.
not being terribly nefarious. He just seems like a kind of a shyster or
Okay.
a little. But he says,
Right.
yes, I'll have the contracts ready for you to read. You can read, right?
Mm-hmm. Most of the
Good.
words.
All right, excellent. Yes, meet me here in the evening time. We'll have some beers and talk things over. No
Okay.
need to bring your friends if you don't want to. Just sort of fill them in for me.
Maybe it'll be a fun surprise for him. I'm going for like a Tom Cullen, but slightly smarter.
Okay.
M.O.O.N. That spells moon.
All right. So
Lauws
yes,
Yes.
Lauws Yes.
the mayor politely shoos you off as graciously as he can, so he can get back to blustering and imbibing beers with his friend at breakfast time.
Get back to the table. I got us a gig being hired as local bumpkins. Let me go sign the contracts later. And then when we get to work for him and we've got him on his own, maybe he could lead us to the treasure and then we can murder him and take all of it.
That's kind of what I was hoping you were going for. That's why I kept my tracks.
That was very smart of you not to talk during that.
Yeah, I'm getting better at that shit, ain't I?
When it's time to stabby stab, you can talk all you want to.
Yeah. That's my hope. I'll monologue to him about why.
The most I need from y'all is if we're in a group together and he's there, we're all idiots.
Oh, that might be a bit of a stretch for me. I mean, I'm one of the smartest people I know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But hey, y'all want me to go check out that lake since we're here?
Yeah. Don't let anybody see you just dive into the water and not come up for hours.
I'll slip in.
Actually, I wouldn't mind going and see the hot springs.
All right. So we'll pick that up next week. There's a lot to do here in town. You guys will have a lot of fun with it, I think. And thanks for playing.
Thanks for having
Thanks for
us.
running it.
Tiffany.
You don't know how bad I wanted to like jump in when you were doing Bill
Lauws
Lowe's
Yes.
bumpkins. I'm like,
Lauws Yes.
no, I want to jump in so bad. No, I can't.
As long as we're clear that the lady isn't doing any manual labor, we're fine. We're fine.
I don't think we'll have to prove any of that until we get him
Yeah.
out of town.
Well,
But,
you're not the manual labor one. You're the magical labor one. You have the golem. Wait, nope, we can't show that.
No, we're totally
Nope.
bumpkins. Here's a large flesh golem.
Well, I'm assuming you guys haven't changed your look, so he's assuming you're kind of rich twits as far as adventurers go.
Yeah.
Like,
We came into money.
Adventuring merchants.
yes.
M.O.O.N. That spells Raiders of the Lark.
That might be how we act to everybody. That's how everybody sees us.
Yeah.
I mean, Jefferson Smithsonian. The halfway.
Smithsonian.
It's like, I'm Tiffany. I like to party. That's, that's about it.
Jefferson
Yeah.
Smithsonian got all his money by finding artifacts and charging people money to see them.
I think Grimjack's going to stay simple, keep his mouth shut, because if he doesn't, he's going to probably say something inappropriate because we're trying to play bumpkins. And we'll be mad.
Just for a moment. All right, I'm going to stop this.
Alrighty.